You've heard us talk about flourishing, but what's it all about?
The belief of the flourishing movement is all about lifting up what's right about us, and instead of concentrating always on what's wrong and highlighting what our strengths are.
I think when you're flourishing, you feel like anything is possible.
I can't do it.
To see B'nai Jeshurun flourish means we validate every individual, that there is a place for everyone, that they have a home here.
There's serious research being done on positive psychology, character strengths, and flourishing. And the reason I took it on here at TBJ is because I think the world of positive psychology lets us know that Judaism is incredibly important unto itself, and it's a path to saying, I'm living for a reason, and this synagogue is going to help me figure out what that is.
And when you spot strengths in your students...
So we're integrating the flourishing movement slowly because we don't want to hit people over the head with it, but comprehensively. So as of next year, it'll be 3 years of our religious school curriculum. It's in our bar mitzvah process. It exists subtly but thoroughly through our liturgical Friday night and Saturday morning services. It's even happening vis-a-vis our atmospherics.
The new flourishing approach at TBJ has affected the general vibe of this building. When we drive up as parents in the carpool line on Sunday mornings, we drop off our children, and there's just pure happiness.
Your top 2 strengths?
Strength spotting is an incredibly important part of the whole flourishing movement. And it's when we ask people to actually identify in people with whom they're in relationship, to identify their strengths.
Using strengths-based language and using the idea of character strengths gives us a framework through which to have conversations that are both easy and positive, and also conversations that are hard. And by slowing down and considering who the person on the other side of the conversation is, we can have more effective conversations.
Using this strengths-based approach has been incredible. It's been a gift to TBJ. It's become part of our culture, and when it becomes part of our culture, it's very affirming because we're using this language with each other, we're using it in faculty development, we're using it in communications with our families, and we're using it in our classrooms.
I think the flourishing language does help improve TBJ because it makes everyone, again, feel more connected, and it makes everything more relevant.
I've taken what I've learned about character strengths at Hebrew school and translated it into my normal life. So at home sometimes I'll be like hanging out with my brother, and he'll ask me like, can I have the remote? I want to watch my show. And I'll be like dialing up the fairness, and I'll be like, can I finish mine? And then we'll make a compromise. And I feel like it helps a lot.
Say we are reading a story, we like to point out the characters and what character strengths they have. We play about like Jacob and all these people, but we can't really relate ourselves to them. So with these traits, it's good because we can relate to themselves. How are we like these characters, and how are we different from these characters?
As a parent, all we want is for our children to recognize the strengths that they have within themselves, and it's been an amazing, impactful experience in our lives, in my household, that they can connect their Judaism to their character strengths.
I think once we learn about the science and focus on the character strengths, we find ourselves going into the world looking for strengths in people everywhere we go and trying to find the good and the positive piece no matter the situation.
Through the science of positive psychology and flourishing and character development, my hope is that people will come into the synagogue and find their authentic selves, find who it is that they were created to be, and find a connection to community in ways that they never imagined possible.